Folks, this baby WAMPA is incredible. Hello, Skele Vaderites and friends of Skele Vader. I am really excited to share with you something today. Now, as a Star Wars collector, primarily lately vintage or retro collection figures, I couldn't help myself. I recently discovered a company called the Next 17, and their YouTube channel is right here, but it's also right down below. I've included that link, and I discovered them partially through a YouTube channel I've been following called The Kenner Collector. His link is right down below too. I'm absolutely loving his videos. And also my friend Mark, who co-hosts the Cambridge and Washawn podcast with me, was recently showing me some stuff that he got that has been made by people other than Kenner. So there are several companies making custom action figures based on the design aesthetics of the Kenner vintage action figure line of Star Wars characters. Now, this particular organization or company called the Next 17, they're out in the Netherlands and they're making, guess what, spoiler alert, stuff that speaks directly to me. They are focusing on the weirdos and characters that just never made it into the line that I've always wanted. Characters that I wanted even as a kid. So as you can see, that website's full of characters. I didn't show you everything there. So now let's have a look at the package that came to me in the mail. And I did not know that it would come with a card back with the coin taped to the card back. So that was a nice surprise. And I did not know that he would look as good as he looks. But folks, this baby WAMPA is incredible. Now, I've always been a fan of the WAMPA. I never had this action figure as a kid. And so when I had an opportunity, maybe 2 years ago, as an adult collector, to start sort of searching online on eBay for good versions of the vintage figures that I had and that I didn't have, of course, the WAMPA was right up there at the top of my list. And I was able to get a fairly decent version of the WAMPA for my collection. And he's a little bit yellowed, but it doesn't bother me one bit because he is in fantastic shape otherwise. What a spectacular figure. He's kind of, I don't know, troll-like. A little bit more of a Sasquatch edge to him than the beast we see in the film. But I love it. And in fact, as I've learned over the years, this design is more similar to what was originally going to be in the film. When I saw this online, I was immediately in love. Absolutely needed to get this guy. I've seen him for a while, but I finally bit the bullet and got the baby WAMPA. He is spectacular. His horns are articulated. Look at that. Just like, I mean, they move a little bit, not a lot, but they do move. Just like the vintage figure, which is fantastic. His little face definitely emulates the sculpt of the vintage figure, and his little paws are painted on the inside just like the vintage figure. He even has, so I don't know if those of you who are fans of Kenner, you know, he has these little angled feet so that he can stand like, it looks like he's walking toward you. And you can also manipulate it so that he's got two flat platforms so he can stand more straight and upright, but I prefer him actually walking toward you. And then same thing with this little baby guy. He's got, there we go. He has the ability to be walking toward you or kind of standing straight. And I love that. So cool. Also, something I learned from the Kenner Collector that you've probably seen already on this channel is these wonderful stands. And these are star stands. And the star stands are fantastic. They fit right into these custom figures feet and also retro collection feet as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here, and now he's ready to be displayed. Something else he comes with is a little tiny bone. It's so cute. You know, because they're carnivorous. You know, because they're carnivorous. This guy is adorable. So I went ahead and I have stored the card back in this case to preserve it. I know it's a little bit deep. Maybe I'll put something in here eventually also if I ever get a second one. He does come in different colors: frozen baby Wampa, black baby Wampa, and bloodied Wampa. So there are different versions. Maybe I'll get one eventually. But that coin is incredible. It's upside down. I don't feel like damaging the card back and manipulating the coin too much. So I'm just having this, I have this on display right here by my desk so I can look at it all the time. And it came with this postcard with the website on it. And it also came with a more flimsy version of the card back with all the characters. So you could check off what you got and what you don't have. And a nice little card here that gives us a description of how to take care of the coin. And that's important. Now, I've been exploring the Next 17 YouTube channel recently, and it's great. So definitely go over and subscribe to the Next 17 YouTube channel. So for display purposes, I thought I'm definitely going to be putting, I had my Wampa up here in this case before, and I'm definitely going to be putting the baby Wampa up there, but I wanted to create something that this little guy could stand on that would be reminiscent of the Hoth ice planet. So I made a little styrofoam, vertical styrofoam iceberg that he can stand on. It's just a little piece of packaging styrofoam that I carved using my hot wire cutter, and it turned out great. I might give it some more white paint eventually, but right now it's serving the purpose just fine. Nice flat top up here and nice flat bottom so it'll stand in the case. Let's go ahead and put this baby Wampa in the case because I don't want him to be out here and get damaged. I want him to be taken good care of. So I'm gonna put this in the case along with the other Wampa and finish off my display. So if you watch this channel, you've already seen a little bit of my Star Wars display shelf here. This is the one where I have my vintage action figures interspersed with some of the retro collection action figures, and they look great next to one another. Really happy about this little display here. And then up here I have some vintage figures that I absolutely love and treasure. My 12-inch Stormtrooper Darth Vader and C-3PO, Bib Fortuna, 8D8, Reese, Gamorrean Guard, Jabba the Hutt, Rancor Monster, and a little pedestal back here where I'm going to put the Wampa. And then right here in front of Darth Vader, I'm going to put this little iceberg. So let's go ahead and put this in here now. That's cool. Right next to that little pedestal for the Wampa, the adult vintage Wampa. So I think I'm gonna go ahead eventually and maybe paint that block that the Wampa goes on white as well, but I do love, I don't know, there's something about wood grain that I love too. The baby Wampa is gonna go right up here. And he looks so cute up there. That's awesome. So as you can see, I'm very excited to have this baby Wampa, and I absolutely love everything that the Next 17 is doing. I wish I could afford to get all of them all at once, but I think what I'm going to do is just get one every once in a while, maybe one every 2 months, and build up some of the characters that I definitely want to have. For example, I absolutely would love to have that Malik or that Devil Man, and also the Wolf Man, which is Lak Srivak. Would love to have both of those, and then basically just try and get all of the Cantina or Jabba figures, especially Ifant Mon too. So I'm really excited about this and really stoked on finding the Next 17. And thank you to Mark, my friend from the Cambridge and Washawn podcast, and also the Kenner Collector right here on YouTube. So as you saw earlier today, I put some of this in this box to keep mint and untouched and have it hanging, and so I could look at it but not touch it, and not allow the coin or the card back to be damaged over time. I'm mostly an opener, and someone made a really insightful comment on my last video, just sort of like astounded when people open up their collectibles. So I've decided I'm going to do a video. It's something I haven't really done before. I'm going to do a video a little bit later on this week where I talk about why I open these figures up, because there definitely is a reason. And I think it's important for us to know that there are varying reasons why collectors do what they do with their collections, and give you my perspective as people who come back to this channel and watch the stuff that I'm doing here. So I'm doing that this week. I've got a couple other things lined up for this week as well. So thank you all so much for being here and watching. Do click like and subscribe, do the YouTube things, tell your friends about the Skele Vader channel. You can find me on Instagram, and you can connect with me via Patreon, and that information is right down below. And just to let you all know, I've been doing some vlogs on there. So if you want to just build a little bit more of a connection with me and watch those once, twice, sometimes 3 times a month, then the Patreon is a great way to do it for just $3 a month. And that money comes right back to the channel and supports everything that we're doing over here. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. And to the Patreons, Ace, MotuOriginsCork, Julia Honer, Allison Troy, and Thanos Copter, thank you all so much for your support. And I'll see you all in the next video. You know, because they're carnivorous.